Hi, I'm Pete, and this is an HK Now store unboxing. Interesting looking box. Let's open this up and see what I got. Alright, I don't know, kind of find a seam here to open this up. There we go. Yeah, this is very interesting. Little extra compartment on the top here from the looks of things. Alright. Okay, I think that's going to be good. Alright, I'll just put my knife down for a sec. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I ordered one puzzle, but I know that HK Now Store has been putting bonuses in them. There's Calvin's card. There we go, HK Now Store. Yeah, so I read that they were putting bonuses in it, and look at that. I think we might have gotten a bonus here, so I'll just take that out, and then, alright, and there is the puzzle. Oh, plain white box, very interesting. Okay, nothing in there, and, okay, and then there we go. Okay, well, this is really cool. I didn't really expect that because I ordered this a while ago. I know this is a kind of a end of year thing that they do. All right, well, oh boy, there's not really much to say about that box, is there? Here, let me just put that one off to the side a little bit. It's about as plain a box as you could possibly get. All right, well, let's take a look at what's inside. Yes, indeed. This is what I'm looking for. Okay, so box is empty, don't need it anymore. And what we have here is the Diane. Well, let's just take a look. All right. I know it's a Ziploc, but I haven't had much luck with opening those ones. Okay, so this is the Diane 30-axis cube, and I can see right away I've got a sticker dislodged here, so I'm going to have to take care of that right now. I'll do that, and then we'll just continue. I just got to grab a hobby knife. Alright, here we go. Just before we get started with anything here, I have my hobby knife, and I will just grab that sticker. It looks like it just got dislodged. Make sure that there's no lube under it. Okay, and there we go. Okay. Now, if any of these, if there's more of them coming up, I will start putting a drop of super glue under there. Gorilla Glue, yeah, that's, wow, that's really not, wow, that's not staying at all. Wow, that's kind of, it's almost like maybe it got some lube under it or something. Okay. Yeah, it's really not sticking. Okay, so we're gonna have to get a little bit heavier duty here. I'm just going to grab my glue, and I will be right back again. All right. I just during the cut here, I had an old tube of super glue, and it was kind of dried up. So I like this stuff better. This is ultra liquid. The stuff I had in the other tube was gel, and for the way that I use it, gel doesn't work very well. Having said that, it's been very difficult for me to find actual liquid super glue. So there you go. This is I have high hopes for this. The way I do use glue for stickers, I put it on a clear plastic. This is just from packaging from some product I bought. I put a little drop on the on a sheet, and I guess I'm just gonna. Oh, I see. Okay, it's got some kind of special. Okay, now I think it's gonna work. Yeah. All right. So yeah, the way I use this is I just put a little drop. Whoa, that was way too much actually. On the plastic sheet. I can put this safely away now. And then I use a sewing needle to transfer the glue either to the puzzle or to the sticker I'm working on. Now I put out way too much glue for our purposes here. It was a new bottle, so I squeezed a little too hard, but that's the amount of glue. It's just a little drop. If this was a big sticker, I would have spread it around a little bit, but now I can just put it on there. It doesn't dry too fast. You do have a little bit of time to put the sticker on. Okay, and once I'm happy with it, just tap it down. Now the issue is if it's squeezed out under the sticker, I don't want my finger to stick to it, but there you go. And now that that's on there, that sticker is on for good. It's never going to come off unless I scrape it off. It doesn't do a lot of damage to the puzzle, so it's not a bad way of doing it. So that's the technique. I've used maybe just a little bit too much super glue on here. If I had more stickers to do, this drop would be usable for a few minutes, 5-10 minutes. So it's not a bad thing. You can use it for a while. Now I just got to put this aside here. And so that was okay. So that was sort of right out of the box issue. It's quite possible there was just a little bit of lube on that spot or something like that. Hopefully there are no more that are dislodged. If they are, I'll just we'll start going around and peeling them up and putting a little drop of glue under there. It actually doesn't take long if you're doing it in with a whole bunch of them using the method I just showed. Okay, well, what is this? This is a Diane 30-axis cube, as they call it, cube in air quotes. Well, it actually bears a striking resemblance to the Diane 16-axis cube, again in air quotes because it's not a cube. Now, they call this the Hexadecagon. This one, the 16-axis cube. The actual geometric name of this is the truncated triachus tetrahedron. That's what this shape is with the hexagons and pentagons in this configuration. I haven't been able to figure out what the geometric shape of this is. So if you know, let me know in the comments. I'd really appreciate hearing about it. So what I kind of expect this is to be quite similar in terms of solve to this puzzle. Like the Hexadecagon, this one only has 4 colors for 16 axes, and I believe this has how many colors? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors, 6 colors. It should be 6 colors green, yeah. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and yellow is 6. Yeah, so 6 colors for 30 axes. So yeah, so there will be some duplicates, and I think almost identical in terms of just the overall solve. I think maybe not. We'll see. One thing I noted, the layers are fairly thin compared to the Hexadecagon, where the layers are quite substantial. Kind of thin, but it should be fine. Once I got it going, turning on that face wasn't too bad. But yeah, the turning's pretty good on there. So this 30-axis cube is part of a series of puzzles where they have it configured like this. They also have one that have baby faces on each axis, so that it looks more like a wheel of wisdom or something like that, with the corners still exposed. I think that will be just a little bit different of a solve, but not super different. A little catchy on that particular face, but it's fine. It's not really anything to be alarmed about. So well, let's let's take a look at what this can do. So what do we have? We got one, two, let's see, I have one face here, and then 4 faces, and then another face here. So that's going to be a total of 6. Now these aren't hex faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are ox faces, octagonal faces, octagon faces. So there's 6 octagon faces. So I guess we must have 22 of these pentagonal faces. And I think that the setup is very, very similar. Yeah, as a matter of fact, identical to the configuration of the hexadecagon, where you have a cluster of 3, and then you have actually, okay, now there is no, it's the same cluster of 3, and then 2 join, and then another cluster of 3, which is good. It means that the solving techniques for this puzzle will be very similar to what I used on the hexadecagon. I actually have a tutorial on that on my channel. It also makes me wonder if we're ever going to have a cubic version of this, like the cubic version of the hexadecagon, which they for some reason call a 16-axis cube. Don't know. Anyway, it is kind of a neat thing. So what can we do with this? Well, let's see. I think that the octagon should be able to step. Yeah, they should be able to step with no problems. 1 step, and indeed that's what it looks like. There's no problems with just 1 step. And then like its smaller cousin. Now this is, yeah, okay, this is fine. Its smaller cousin, I would expect that the pentagons would have, you have to be careful to turn them so that you go from pentagon edge to pentagon edge. So that would be illegal, and I wouldn't expect to be able to turn that. No, not at all. But then that one's legal because this is a pentagon edge, so I can turn this adjacent edge. But because this pentagon edge has now faced a hexagon, an octagon, yeah, I can't turn it. It's definitely not going to do well. Likewise, this is an octagon edge that's against a pentagon, and it can't turn as well. So I think it's safe to say that the turning of this is pretty well, the turning restrictions on this are identical to the hexadecagon. The octagons can turn freely, whatever stepping you want, and the pentagons, you have to be careful that you can turn the pentagon however you want, but if you want to turn an adjacent face, you have to have a corresponding edge. So in that case, it works because I have a pentagon edge. In this case, this works because I have a pentagon octagon edge, but that doesn't work because it's got the wrong edge. That doesn't work, and so on. Okay. Well, that is really, really cool. In terms of stickers, the stickers actually look quite good, notwithstanding the one that was just had fallen off. They're placed nicely. They seem to all be attached nicely. It looks like it was just that one very, very strange glitch. That's really kind of an odd thing, but I guess that happens sometimes. Not the first time I've had a sticker dislodged. It's a long trip over here from overseas, so you know, maybe something happened to that sticker. Maybe it never got stuck down, from the factory. Don't know, but the rest of the stickers look really good, so don't have any concerns about it. Now, this is a stickered version, and like the stickered version, there are also stickerless versions of it. Also, there's been a set of stickers made for this. One of the sticker shops, and I'll mention it in the description, has made a 16 color version of this. So I would be curious to know if anyone's going to come up with a 30 color sticker version, set of stickers for this as a variant. I think that it would change the solve a bit. I don't think it'll make it easier or harder. I think it'll make some parts easier, some parts harder. That's my prediction anyway, if this had 30 color stickers. I do have a little bit of insight because, of course, this is 6 colors for the 60 axis rather than just the 4 of its sort of cousin. And there are parts of this that are harder and parts that are easier. So, yeah. All right. Well, that's really cool. I'm really glad I got this. You know, I know it seems like it's more of the same, and it probably is, but I am glad that I got this. So some of these octagonal faces are just a little catchy, but I'll put a little loop, see if that helps. If not, I will just take that face off and see what I can find in there. There might be some flash or something, but most of it's turning very, very nicely. So that's great. Very happy with it. All right, well, let's see then what my, oh yeah, I can't. Let's just see what's in my bonus puzzle box here. Why am I having trouble with this? Okay, so they've got the yellow because there's no white, and there's the Diane logo. All right, well, that's good enough. So this is, they said they were going to give us a bonus puzzle, so this is what I got entirely in Chinese, other than the fact that I believe that is the Diane logo. So that's it, and I can read that it's 54 millimeters. Oh, here we go. Moyu cube. What? Okay, maybe I am wrong. Maybe that's the Moyu logo. I don't know. My Chinese is obviously terrible, isn't it? So YJ8218, I can read that. Moyu cube, and it gives some sort of ID number, so you can decide what that is. Weelong. Okay, 3-layer magic cube. Nice. Okay, so I guess I got a Weelong out of the deal. And here's the thing: no babies, 0 to 3, and some additional information here. Maybe you'd be able to see what that. Somebody might be able to see what that says. Okay, well, let's see what it is. This is really neat. I'm you know, quite happy to get a new puzzle. Okay, stickerless. Wow, that is really cool. It turns really well too. Huh. Look at that. Nice little stickerless puzzle. Okay, and all the speed cubers laughing at me right now. Remember, I don't speed cube, but I solve puzzles. I slow cube. That's what I do. All right, well, that was really nice to get. I really appreciate getting a little bonus like that. It's kind of a nice thing to find in a package. Definitely don't need the box. So, but if you know anything about this, let me know in the comments. All right, well, I think that's really it for the unboxing of the Diane 30 axis puzzle. A little bit of drama right out of the box, but actually I think the puzzle is really cool, and yeah. All right, well, I'm really happy with my new 30 axis puzzle, Diane. I think it's going to be a great addition to my Hexadecagon or 16 axis puzzle, and I'm really looking forward to scrambling it up and seeing what it can do. Very curious to know a little bit about my bonus puzzle. I'm going to bring it in to the office with me and let all my co-workers solve it. All right, well, as always, I appreciate any comments, questions, or suggestions, so let me know what you think in the comments. And until next time, thanks for watching. All right, well, this is the bonus content for the 30 axis cube in air quotes unboxing. And I guess what the bonus content will be is scrambling this puzzle. Why not? Let's go ahead and scramble it. I think it's going to scramble very much like its smaller cousin. So I guess the first thing to do might be to dislodge or displace some of these octagons. There we go. And we'll do that. I think, I really think it's going to loosen up a little bit once I get going with it. So the way to kind of scramble these edges, I think, is just to use the, okay, it's going this way a little better, is just to use the pentagons as a way to move stuff around. And there we go, turn that. So I'm going to just keep kind of moving these pieces back and forth between the octagons using the pentagons. Now I know that I've in the past, and I still am, want you to be very conscientious as you're scrambling this puzzle, this type of puzzle, and to not do illegal moves, and always put the pentagons back. That was my big thing for the Hexadecagon. In a case like this where you're scrambling and you know that you're kind of scrambling and you're moving stuff between the faces, I think it's okay to kind of go back and forth like this. Now you see I almost made a mistake there, so we do have to be kind of careful about it. Okay, so there we are. Put them back whenever we can. Yeah, so I can sort of use this to scramble them, and that's really the whole scramble. I think is pretty much that. I will swap a few pentagon edges around, but I think for the most part they get swapped around pretty well anyway. Now this type of catchiness, I did notice that on my other puzzle, 16-axis version of this. It just somehow takes a while to break in. But I think one scramble, one solve would go a long way. Now I'm looking around, make sure all the edges are correct. I want to make sure I didn't accidentally do an illegal turn there. If you do an illegal turn and you catch it early enough, it's usually okay. You can usually put it back. But once you've made a bunch of illegal turns, it's really hard to get it back, because you have to make more illegal turns to fix it, and that's really the dilemma there. Okay, and just kind of split this up, go over here, go over there, and now that, you see, that was a pentagon, so really I can't use this one in the way I was trying to use it. I can flip it over here, but then I've left this one turned, so this is, maybe there's something to be said about just always putting the pentagons back so we don't do illegal turns, because I can see one here that's also a little bit messed up. Yeah, take a while to get a good scramble on this, I think. Okay, that's looking a little bit disconcerting here, and yeah, you see what's happened. This big hole's opened up, and it's because I'm doing an illegal turn. I can't really turn it backwards, so I'm just going to go this way and hope. Okay, and as soon as I got it back, everything popped back into place. So there you go. Yeah, I don't want to demonstrate my own where I messed it up. I think I've actually just put that piece back, but you know what? Doesn't matter. It's fine. It'll all get scrambled nicely anyway. Yeah, I just want to be real careful here. Okay, and then this one, yeah, so this really needs to be made. Okay, okay, maybe I can just turn everything. Okay, well no, I wasn't even able to flip that, so I don't know. Okay, I can move that around. Yeah, it does take a while. So you see this little chunk here, I can actually split that up. I don't want to move it over there because it would just be moving it back to the same face, but I can actually split it up, and all I have to do is move this one step and bring it back, and you see it is nicely split up there. Okay, well this is actually looking pretty good, just in terms of getting things messed up. So I'm more or less happy with that. This white face here that I've been completely ignoring it, so let's just get some action going on that. Okay, and I gotta watch this too. Okay, so I'll put some red pieces there. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna pop when it sort of gets catchy like that, but certainly yeah, I think it's better. I saw that when I dislodged the Pentagon edge and I made an illegal turn there, it did look pretty scary. A big hole opened up in the puzzle, so I don't know. Alright, well now we're starting to get some good exchanges here. Oh, I see the green one is also kind of, yeah, it's going to take a while to scramble this. But there's no rush, no hurry here. Just keep. There we are. Yeah. This is going to be a fun solve. It's an interesting scramble already. It doesn't, I know it may not seem like it, but it actually is getting better as I think it's getting better anyway. Might be something a little catchy in there. So yeah, so what I'm trying to do is put, sort of split up some of those edges. So for example, I have this, but I want to actually just split it a bit. Maybe without without putting a green back on the green face. Okay. I think that's actually pretty good for that one. That looks pretty good. Yeah, there's still quite a bit left on the white to do, I think. Yeah, this would be just a fun thing to just kind of relax in a chair and just kind of spend as much time as you want on it, just scrambling it up before you even solve it. Okay, well. All right, well, I'll just call that good. Now, to split up these edges here, I think probably the easiest is just to kind of 3-cycle them. The pentagon to pentagon edges, there we go, right? And you can kind of flip them over and kind of get some like that, but you just have to be careful to put everything back when you're done 3-cycling them or moving them around. So you have to, every one of these faces is going to have 2, in this case, octagon edges, and so that's how you tell, right? If you see an octagon edge here but you don't see one there, then all you need to do is take the one that you see correct, move it to the other one, and it'll automatically line it up for you. Just one of those little things that can save a little time. Now I can see this one's out of step here, so I'm just gonna 3-cycle these. Okay, which will sort of mess those up a little bit. And now I'll just use this adjacent face here to also do some more. Now that's, I can't do that because this has been turned too much. So, but I can get this edge and bring it over here, so we can exchange those edges. And as long as I put everything back, make sure everything gets back, and that's going to be, going to add to the scramble. So yeah, so I just gotta break those up and work to break them up, because they don't naturally, when I'm just flipping these, they don't actually move too far. So that's definitely something we gotta focus on. So this one, I can put this into the mix here, and it'd be a little easier if I was doing this on the desk with 2 hands, but okay, and then I can just do as many of these little algorithms as I have the patience for. Even just something like that, it doesn't have to be really complicated. Oop, okay, didn't mean to actually do that. That was quite the, yeah. Move those. All right, well, I think we kind of got the gist of it here. It is a fairly lengthy thing, so might just save some of it for later, when I'm just before I start solving it. Okay. All right, well, I think that's a good initial scramble of the Diane 30-axis cube. I think I'll do a bit more scrambling just before I solve it, but I think for a first pass this is pretty good. Anyway, I hope that was a good demo of how to avoid illegal turns and how to scramble this up, how to deal with the asymmetrical configuration of the faces and edges. All right, well, that's it for the bonus content. I'll catch you next time.